let's say you come at I, you call me and you let me know you need an animal. And then when you reach the farm, you tell me you don't have a penny, not getting the animal.
Hello and welcome to Stargazing, the show that brings you up close and personal with your favorite stars of reggae and dancehall music, Jamaican popular culture, and people who've impacted society in a very important way. I'm Shaun Cain. We invite you to subscribe to the Stargazing with Shaun Cain YouTube channel, like and share the videos, and leave a comment. We welcome our radio listeners in the UK on Rex Radio, in the USA on Motif Radio and Viscosity Blend, and in Jamaica on Richie B Radio. In this edition of the show, we'll speak with DeMario Swaby of the Manchester, Jamaica-based Farm on the Hill.
DeMario Swaby hails from Coleyville in Jamaica. Coleyville, a traditional farming community, is nestled in the cool hills of southern Manchester Parish. Mario, as the local folks call him, has known his parents and other residents of the community to be passionate about farming. Therefore, it did not take much persuading for him to grab his machete and start clearing sections of his family's property to establish his own youthful experimental plantation. Mario, whose parents have always kept animals and grown a wide range of crops and fruit trees, has been a keen observer and fast learner. When he was just a young boy, he would accompany his parents and grandparents to their farm where they cultivated peppers and yams. He would pay close attention to how the soil was tilled and prepared for new crops. He would also notice how seeds would be sown in small and controlled areas and their seedlings later transferred to the wider field. As his parents outlined the rationale to their approach, young Mario was convinced that one day when they retired, he would continue the family and community tradition. Today, Mario's youthful farming experiment has mushroomed into Farm on the Hill, a burgeoning agricultural brand. Mario is fast changing the face of agriculture in Jamaica. He's demonstrating that the traditional farmer image of elderly people wearing stained garments and water boots or wellies can be updated to make farming appeal to a younger demographic. He has posted several videos of his farming operations on YouTube, Instagram, and other social media platforms. In these videos, he is dressed casually, sporting popular branded slippers and socks, Nike Air Force footwear, short trousers and plaits, practices which are currently in vogue. He has also told the Stargazing with Shaun Cain Show that if the agriculture sector in Jamaica is to survive, new shoots of young farmers must be seen springing up around the country. He opines that the younger generation must see farming as a practice that has no age or fashion restrictions. Mario's Farm on the Hill specializes in sweet peppers and goat herding. There's also cattle on the diversified Farm on the Hill, but they are not the cash cows of the operation. The Coleyville native boasts that his hybrid goats are the farm's main income generators. The goats are not reared for their meat. The Farm on the Hill entrepreneur markets them to other livestock farmers who are looking to introduce the hybrid genes among their herds. Mario has a way with these animals. His passion is evident in the way he cares for his livestock. The culture at Farm on the Hill has helped to establish an unbreakable bond between the animals and their owner. The animals are clearly happy, and Mario says his number one priority is their welfare. However, one of the perennial challenges facing the Farm on the Hill is the lack of water in the area. Mario has to purchase the precious commodity, which increases his operational costs and significantly undermines his bottom line. The young farmer argues that if he had water in the taps, his farming output would have been a lot more bountiful.
Welcome.
What's good, sir?
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure having me here. How you doing?
Well, I'm cool, man. I'm cool, man. I tell you what, the first time I came across your video, I think it was on Instagram, because your thing is all over Instagram, you know. And I see how you get on with the animals and, you know, the farm and your work ethic and everything. I said, listen, I need to talk to this brother, man, because I'm just thinking this just doesn't look real for your age. So I'm just thinking, where did you get this appetite from for farming? What did you start with this?
The thing is, you know, when I grew up in a rural area, and back then, persons just rural area were known for farming. So I guess that it basically is like a trait. Once you live in a rural area, farming just become a part of it. It's like a genetic thing. So I guess that's where it comes from. And for most persons who live in the rural area, just the same. I think that's where it's come from.
So was dad a farmer, mom a farmer, granddad, grandmother, some, family?
Well, to be honest, if most of my grandparents, they were teachers. Mm-hmm. The key thing to it is though making it a business. That's where I think the critical thinking step into play, where now you don't see it as a hobby anymore, you see it as a business. And you have to separate the difference between the hobby and the business. So so for me, I really took it as a business since I would say late 2018, going from about 2018 to 2020. That's where I decided, I want this thing to become a business and not just a hobby.
But you mentioned some dates. So you mentioned 2018. So that's when you decided to take it as a business. So when did you start it?
From I know myself, right? I always have pigs. I always have goat. Cow is always in the yard because where I grew up, we have the land space. So it's really like a barn. It's like we have an orchard. So we always have fruit tree, we always have the animals. So
you're from a farming community, so it was nothing different because doing it.
That's what everybody know.
So you just fall in line and you just have your little farm as well.
Yes, man.
But did you not think of becoming a DJ and all them kind of things there and drop two tunes and like everybody, people your age?
No, the thing is, I mean, as an occupation, on a professional wise, I'm a certified sous chef, so it's not like, it's just the farming. You understand? So I'm a certified sous chef. So it's, even though I'm into the farming, the passion lies with cooking and the farming. But as a chef, having a farm, you can see where it really, I would say, the bond can lies where, from a farm to the table, and you see where the chemistry bond right there.
In terms of supply chain.
Yes, you understand. So yeah, it's pretty that much where from culinary world to the farming world, to both.
Right. I hope you're not thinking anything negative or anything bad, based on my line of questioning, because my thing is I'm just fascinated with the whole operation and this young man who decided that something that he's going to pursue and he's going to make a successful business of. When his age group, people his age group, they're thinking of becoming a DJ or them chopping the line or something else. So that's the reason why I'm moving along that path. But I respect what you do, man, and I really appreciate what you do. And I would just hope that a lot more young people your age will follow a similar path as you, because farming, I would imagine, is quite lucrative. Well, you're in the business, or you've made a business of it. Is it worth it?
All right. The thing is, persons looking from the outside, right? For it to be lucrative, I would say you have to make a commitment, and I don't think I would commitment with the amount that you do. For me personally, because now this it just depends on each person opinion. Because if I should say or raise only two goat, it wouldn't be lucrative for me. So with from my perspective, I would say it's the amount that makes it lucrative, I would say. you know from my opinion, again, that is, raising like two or three goats, I don't think it's worth it, to be honest. And the reason why I said that is you have to think about the time. It's very time consuming. You have to think about the amount of you still have to put money into it. So it's not like,
I was just thinking that a successful business is one where it will incur costs, but when you spend your money and you get your revenue, as long as when you take your cost out of your revenue, there's profit left. To me, that's a successful business.
yeah, as I said, it just depends on one's view or perspective about success. For me, it's not just getting $100,000 profit. The aim is to get as much as possible. So I mean, today, you understand? So today I might get 100,000. Tomorrow, I don't limit myself to the 100. So maybe tomorrow I flip that 100 into 4. You understand? And then continue. But I mean, it can be very lucrative if you know what you're doing. Because if you let's say you invest $100,000 and you don't know what you're doing, it can be a loss just the same. Where, because it happened to me. That's the reason why I said it. I invest a lot back then, and then things went downhill before I even understand.
But it comes down to experience, and part of learning
Yeah, man.
successful
Yeah, man.
or learning
Yeah,
to be
man.
successful at any form of business is making mistakes, losing money. But the important thing is that you'll know where you lost that money and why and how, and then you make
Yeah.
sure you don't make that mistake again.
And make sure you don't make that mistake again.
I've heard,
That's true. That's true.
yeah, I've heard you say though on the channel, because as I say, I follow the channel a lot because I just like how you operate. But you say, well, it's not cheap to keep the farm.
No, man, it's not cheap, man. It's not cheap, man. The thing is, all right. You see the difference where I think persons may I would say misled, or they don't understand much, is in farming. You have farming and you have farming. So you understand? You have to know what the market you're targeting and those stuff, and
So
that will.
how do you understand all of that? Do you do some market research, or is it just from experience? I mean, how does it work? You say
The thing is, I read a lot still. I read a lot. I research a lot. I would say based on experience, just the same. And when I put everything together, I just, the little man inside my head just say, okay, all right, this is it. Because when you really do the ratio though, the demand is always higher for meat consumption, and that's gonna happen forever. Meat consumption is always gonna be a high demand. The thing with genetics, is that it costs more, but you still get a wider profit.
No, but Mario, listen, you say it costs more. So I used to have goats when I was growing up. I would never buy all them kind of medication and all them kind of tell them and them eat some grass and that's it.
Yeah, man. I understand that, but guess what? Every single thing, with time, everything changes. So with time, 50 years ago, you don't have the magnitude of parasite that we have now.
By the way, it wasn't 50 years ago, so.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm just troubling you, man. Just troubling you.
But really and truly, if you really look into it, even like back then, the same medication that we're taking now, it's not the same medication that we had back then. So we have everything else is changing. So it's the same thing with the animal world. Everything is changing. First time we never had so many parasites. We never have so many diseases. So therefore we never have to use so much medication. But now, you know, the world has changed. So, you know, we have to change with the world. And
But you know, one other point I must, one of observation though, is that your attire, you just make farming look so simple and so different because Air Force going to the farm now, you know, and a Marnie shirt and all them things. I'm thinking, when I was growing up, that wasn't happen. That was kind of like your Sunday best. And when you go in somewhere special, that's where you put on your Marnie slippers and socks.
if you have two farmers, right? One look very trashy and one look more presentable,
Oh,
right? That the one that looks more presentable, more than likely, persons will gravitate towards his product.
yeah, they'll take you
Um,
seriously.
you understand? It's easier for that farmer to get a collab. It's easier for that farmer to even get a contract from a bigger establishment. So I mean, personal hygiene where and looks, I think that have to do a lot with the with farming just the same. And as I said before, farming, not because it's farming you're gonna look a particular way, just the same. And these are the things now that makes the younger generation looking up to farming. You understand? If you see a farm right now and the goat house having AC, then you're gonna say that one they look good, and you know. So basically that's still so.
It's so they got to live now.
Yeah, man. I mean, the thing is, you know,
Mm.
the funny thing, you know, it's only in Jamaica we look at it that particular way, you know. If you should take farming, right, and put it on a worldwide scale, what we have in Jamaica is really pretty much nothing. You know, if you go to like Norway, if you look at Japan, China, if you look at Switzerland, there even in the US, their type of farming to what we're doing,
Miles ahead.
small man, small man, yeah man, small man, small. You have farm where um you have particular cows, right? Where you have persons coming to massage the cows. You understand? So you know, it's just the mindset. It's the mindset. It's how
I think I was
the,
born too early, man.
yeah man.
You know,
Me I
should
tell,
have come.
yeah man. You
I would have
understand?
been a
So
lot for couple though.
so
Nobody.
yeah, yeah man. So I mean, and again, those farms are very expensive farm. Those farms are where you get
Those are more comfortable. They're more
the,
comfortable. Relax.
the
Probably
yeah,
because.
they're
Mhm.
a better cut of meat. You know that those farms are where you get the cuts called ragu and ribeye and those type of thing, which is very expensive. So
With people like you, man, you're certainly changing the face of it, man. But we're gonna have to take a quick break though. We'll be back in just a moment though. Now you're tuned to the Stargazing with Shaun Cain
yeah,
Show. We're speaking with DeMario Swaby of the Manchester, Jamaica-based farm on the hill.
For the most dependable videographer specializing in funeral coverage, photo packages, and live streaming in Jamaica on Facebook and YouTube, call James Video Production in Port Antonio, Portland via WhatsApp on 1-876-278-0071. James Video Production understands how important it is to capture and preserve the homegoings of your loved ones. For that reason, they're always on time, no matter the location. And if you are nervous about presenting your loved one's eulogy at the funeral, or even unsure about how to put one together, there's no need to worry. At James Video Production, we offer professional eulogy writing and eulogy reading services to make the funeral even more reassuring and memorable. James Video Production is happy to discuss your needs. Call today via WhatsApp on 1-876-278-0071. James Video Production, always there for you. There is so much you can do in Jamaica. To help you make the most of your Jamaican holiday, book today with Nice Time Jamaica Tours. We provide airport transfers, excursions and tours in Jamaica in air-conditioned comfort and style. If you are coming to Jamaica by cruise ship, be sure to book in advance. While you are in Jamaica, you have to visit the world-famous awe-inspiring 7 Mile Beach in Negril, a huge stretch of white sandy beach and clear blue waters in the warm Caribbean sunshine. Just dive, swim or bask your day away. Intermittently, have a refreshing cocktail at the Pelican Bar in the sea. You can top it off with a relaxing visit to the world-famous Rick's Cafe, where you can see the sunset. As its last smile of the day fills the evening sky with a rich and unforgettable glow, the chance is yours to behold this massive ball of illumination as it slowly and gently climbs down behind the horizons and disappears. To make your dream a reality, call your personal tour guide Shaun today on 1-876-390-9104 or visit nicetimejamaicatours.com. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok at Nice Time Jamaica Tours. Nice Time Jamaica Tours, helping you to create beautiful memories forever. Stargazing with Shaun Cain brings you up close and personal with your favorite stars of reggae and dancehall music and people that have impacted society in a very significant way. We invite you to subscribe to the Stargazing with Shaun Cain YouTube channel, like and share our videos, and leave a comment as we bring you fresh content every week. The Stargazing with Shaun Cain Show will inspire, educate, and bring out the best in you. Stargazing with Shaun Cain, up close and personal.
2x10 man, move real fast, yeah? This is the boy Master Record, the girls them checker. You're watching the Stargazing Show with Shaun Cain. Up and personal. 2x10 man, move real fast.
Mario, welcome back, man. I'm just thinking that rearing animals is like keeping pets at home. Does it feel like that sometimes?
I mean, so, to be honest, sometimes.
Right.
But I mean, as I said before, there's a thin line where you're gonna take it as a habit or a business. So once you know the difference, then business is business, strictly financial. So
I'm seeing the kids sometimes sitting across your lap. I see them, the more grown ones, the goats, biting at your hat and things like those. And it just seems to feel quite friendly, quite attached. Very much there's a connection there. But when it comes to selling them, time for them to leave the farm, is it easy to let go? And say, go jump up the truck, man, and go on. Goodbye. See you never again.
I mean, all right. There are certain animals that it's gonna be harder to let go. But again, as I said, once you know the difference and know that this is business, then that's it. And I mean, selling the animals is very important, because that's where if let's say I sell an animal now, I got I'll get new opportunity to I would say
to get probably 2 more
or even increase the genetic.
Your stock.
You understand? And the more I sell is always the quality is always getting better. So it's not like say, okay, just sell an animal and that's it. And the thing though, where I would say 99% of the persons who looking from the outside in, they don't know is that I don't sell the animals for meat consumption. It's mainly for genetic purpose.
So you sell them and they go to another farm where they go and they're being, whatever used to
that's
the genetics.
That's it. Increase the genetics. So I have mainly Nubians. So when I sell an animal, right, that animal now would be on the next farm where that farmer may need the bloodline to increase in his milk production. So that's what I normally do. It's not I primarily sell the animal for genetic purpose
Right,
and
so
not
to
for
live
meat
on, so they
consumption.
can carry on, they can live on. So what if a man need a goat and rammy for dead yard soup? I mean, would they, if they come to you, what would you say? No, sorry, I don't do that sort of thing.
The thing is, maybe not in that way, but the pricing not going to let them buy it.
Oh, so you price it too high so that they put them off.
So yeah, so because as I said, that's what I said before. That's the difference now. When you're doing genetic, it's going to be much different from the meat market. Because let's say you want a 50-pound ram, right? For our, let's say 100-pound ram for a death yard. And then you go to the meat market and you can get that 100-pound ram for, let's say, 70,000, right? From my farm, you won't get that because I will have kid that's 5 months old that weighing 100, and then you'll have to pay like 200,000 for that. So you see where
Would you sell it for
it's
that?
not going to work.
Sorry to talk.
Because
Would you sell it for that purpose?
for what, death yard?
To go and cut the ramming neck off and go and skin it and
I wouldn't,
it
to
up
be
and
honest,
goat
I
and
wouldn't say yes, but I wouldn't say yes and I wouldn't say no, because as I said, if I'm into it for the business, right? Then just like any other thing, meat consumption is a part of the business. So if that's what I'm doing, then that's what I'm doing. But currently I'm not doing that. Currently it's just for genetic purpose.
you're into vegetable farming.
Yeah, vegetables, sweet pepper.
Yeah, them look nice and healthy, man. So
Yeah, man.
just a little bit about the pep up side of things now. Is that good lucrative business as well?
Yes, I would like to say that it is. The pep, as I get as I said before, where once you're doing it on a large scale, it's going to hard not to make a profit, because one, when you're doing it on a large scale, even if the price is down, the numbers will bring it up. You understand? And if the price is up with the numbers, then you can't complain. Yeah, you understand? So yeah, and then even with the peppers, hybrid again. So I mostly do almost everything that I do is hybrid. And one, for me, with the hybrid peppers, it is more resilient. Has a longer, I would say, time, a longer life longevity. The bearing is much better than the normal pepper. The normal pepper would, maybe you can reap maybe two reaps and that's it. With the peppers, you have the peppers up to a year.
So the same tree.
The same tree. And you get almost I would say from the second month to about the 6th, 7th month, you get almost the same amount.
So how often do they kind of beer? You get
every week.
every week.
Every week.
So the way you do it in like a kind of standard approach, whereby you got one bit here ready, the other bit you're just planting some more. I mean, how do you do it?
No, I don't do it like that. The only time it's done like that, if let's say I need 12,000 pepper seedlings, right? If I don't get the whole 12,000 one time, I will start, and then if I get the remainders, then I just plant. But I don't normally. I try to do everything one time. Yeah, and I think with me now that helped me to prevent from if I'm spraying, it's one chemical. If I have it staggered, I have to use too much different chemicals at once.
Because at certain age, certain chemicals might be too strong.
Yeah, so I just try to let everything balance out one time.
Sounds interesting, man. Well, no, the yield, is that enough for the domestic market, or you get surplus to look overseas as well?
All right. For now, I think for now is more of the domestic and the hotel industry. Yeah, it's more for that right now. Where because you know peppers going overseas, I don't have that market yet. The thing about farming still now, once I get into it and then you start see where, you watch a seed germinate, then from germination to transplanting, from transplanting to maturity, from maturity to harvesting. It's a different feeling. You understand?
Yeah,
It's a different
how does that make you feel then? When you look and you see the process moving from this growth stage to that one to
you,
that, that you're
you,
reaping.
f- you feel like a king, man. You understand where say, okay, all right, yeah, I buy the seed, or I buy the seedling, and whichever one you buy, but just to see have it from point A, and now it's at harvesting stage. Then it's a whole different vibe. It's a whole different overwhelming type of feeling, you
Success.
know. Yeah, and it's the same thing right across the board with the animals. Just the same. You buy a kid, and then you watch that kid. You nurture that kid unto maturity, and then you see that kid produce. You understand? It's a whole different vibe. Just the same.
We'll be back in just a moment because you're tuned to the Stargazing with Shaun Cain Show. We're speaking with DeMario Swaby of the Manchester, Jamaica-based Farm on the Hill. A very viable farm, and the man is very passionate about what he does. But we're going to take another quick break, though. We'll be back in just a moment.
Stargazing with Shaun Cain brings you up close and personal with your favorite stars of reggae and dancehall music and people that have impacted society in a very significant way. We invite you to subscribe to the Stargazing with Shaun Cain YouTube channel, like and share our videos, and leave a comment as we bring you fresh content every week. The Stargazing with Shaun Cain Show will inspire, educate, and bring out the best in you. Stargazing with Shaun Cain, up close and personal. Are you heading to Jamaica for a short stay and need convenient accommodation away from the hustle and bustle of the city? The warm and inviting Williams Family Home Airbnb is a spacious and comfortable two-bedroom short stay accommodation nestled in quiet Windsor Castle, Portland, located within easy reach of Boston and Frenchman's Cove sand beaches, the Rio Grande, home of the world-famous Rio Grande rafting attraction, and Jamaica's Blue Mountains National Park, a World Heritage Site. The Williams Family Home provides elegant and comfy beds, ensuite bathroom with hot water, a large and cozy living room, modern air conditioning, washing machine, cooking and dining facilities, Wi-Fi, flat screen TV with access to Netflix and Disney Plus and other channels, free parking and security cameras on premises for your privacy and peace of mind. Forget your cares and enjoy your deserved break in very peaceful surroundings. You can stay at the Williams Family Home Airbnb for one night, a few nights, a whole week, or even longer. To secure this quiet and comfortable short stay accommodation at one of the most competitive rates, check availability and book now at airbnb.co.uk. The Williams Family Home Airbnb, your relaxing home away from home.
Hey yo, it's me, your truly Fitzroy Lee 123, inviting you to check out Stargazing with Shaun Cain. Anywhere you're there in the world, Stargazing with Shaun Cain. Stargazing, it's amazing. Keep it blazing, Shaun. Hot water, hot water, hot water.
The Stargazer with Shaun Cain new music preview, where you can drop your brand new single, EP, mixtape, or album for people who just love music and can't wait to listen and enjoy your masterpiece. Find out the title of the record, the artist, the backstory, the release date, and where it is available. The Stargazing with Shaun Cain new music preview. Come on and get us rocking.
Welcome back. You're tuned to the Stargazing with Shaun Cain Show, and we're speaking with DeMario Swaby of the Manchester-based Farm on the Hill. It's located in Coleyville in Manchester. That's just between Christiana and heading towards Trelawney, top Trelawney in the hills. All right? And the man is really talking a lot of farming, very passionate about what he does.
Yeah, when you're selling someone, I think you can feel if that person going to take good care of the animal.
And if you feel like they're not going to take,
then that's the only time I would feel away selling the animal.
oh, but you still let it go.
Yes, if I feel that particular way, it's not a must. You get it.
What do you mean? I drive all the way from Montego Bay or from St. Thomas and come down to Coleyville, and you tell me that, brother, I don't think you're going to look after this goat nice enough. I'm not selling you.
No, the thing is,
Yeah.
you have I can give you more than one reason. You understand? If it's a case where, let's say you come you call me and you let me know you need an animal, and then when you reach the farm you tell me you don't have a pen, you're not getting the animal, regardless where you're coming from.
That question should have been asked long before them to leave St. Thomas then.
No, the thing is, you are the one who is investing, right? I'm only the producer or the breeder. So if you come now and you tell me, okay, all right, well, me not have no pen yet. No, me can't sell you the animal without a pen, because basically, if you have the animal without a pen, you can just say you don't have an animal.
But you go and die.
Yeah, not necessarily die, but the animal would be too vulnerable. You understand? You have to think. You have to think about dogs. You have to think about harsh weather condition. You have to think about predator larceny. You have to think about too many things. So it's best not to waste your money.
So dogs, is that a big problem for you? They run through your herd sometimes.
And that's the thing where I tell a lot of persons, where everyone, not only who buy animals from me, your infrastructure is one of the main thing that you should have as a goat farmer. The infrastructure would reduce the predators, because if you have a properly constructed goat house, no dog can get into it, because your goat house, a properly constructed goat house would build on stilts, right? So a dog can jump 7 foot to reach in your pen. Just the same thing with predator larceny. When you have a pen that is properly constructed, a person might, I won't say it can't happen. I'm not going to say it can't happen, but a person would think twice. You understand? Versus you letting your animal roam on the street free, versus you tying up your animals. That's the reason why I don't believe in tying animals. They are they curious about stuff, so they stray. They put their head to places. So so I mean, you letting your animal out on their own, the moment you do that, the animal become vulnerable. So I try not to do that. If I'm grazing, I'm there, or somebody will have to be there.
I need to supervise, to watch, to make sure everything is all right. But you mentioned predator larceny. Have you been a victim?
No, and all right. You see, every single, like, for me, every single approach that I take, it's a calculated approach. You see where I live, the community raise the goats, not only me. And
Oh,
you understand?
so
And
it's almost like a village raise, the village raise a child.
yeah, and when I said the community raise the goat,
Everybody just,
it might not literal, but figuratively, the community raise the goats.
everybody's on the alert.
Yeah. So and that's one of the best form of security. And give you an example. I might not be on the farm, but my animal won't starve. You understand? Because I
But
have
you'll see that
persons
there's a need to
persons
jump in and help
yeah,
out.
yeah man, persons just randomly drop off grass.
But what I've seen also on your channel is that sometimes you're giving them all kinds of things, something in a bottle and this and that. Hey, how do you know what to give and when to give? What do you look for?
Uh, all right. You know, this is everything me I tell you now, you see, every single thing me I tell you right now is it is nothing complicated, right? You see, as I stated earlier on in multiple videos,
Mhm.
you see, if you take the goat thing just like catering for a toddler or for a human, then you can't go wrong. Where you know you get up, you're gonna eat a breakfast. At the same thing with the goat them. You get up, your environment should be kept clean. Same thing with the animal them. The more your environment, the more you live in a messy environment, it's the more chance of you getting a illness. You understand? So it's pretty much the same. It's pretty much the same.
You know when
So
that thing, the black thing in the bottle. That's
the,
whatever.
the, the thing is, again, just all right, look, just like human, a child, persons say, okay, all right, even if you put on more weight, man, me I go give him some tonic. And the same thing with the animal them. When you look on the tonic bottle, you find out, say, okay, all right, in this you have vitamins, you have X or Y or this and that. And the same thing, you just add it to a bottle and you give it to the goats.
And you just watch them improve.
Yeah, and I said all right. Because here the thing is, you see the animals, you have to remember the animals can't talk, So when but they show you signs. You understand? They are like toddlers, a infant. Not even a newborn.
It's all
A
right. That's all
newborn.
right. That kind of comparison is all right because the kid
eh,
can't talk and tell us what I.
yeah, you understand? They can't talk, but they will show you signs, for the goats. Okay, all right. Some of the time, them have a bloat because them belly just big and them belly not supposed to that big, you know. Them maybe a steer in a space, and once the thing with
Mhm.
goat are goat traveling herds. Goats are sociable animals. Them goats are happy animals, so it's the same. So the moment you see a goat isolate himself from the herd, you know have to ask something around.
Would you say for the young people who've adopted the kind of hollow catchphrase that not now go on? What would you say to them? Because they're just sitting there. How do you think farming could impact them? Because they just sit and say, "Boy, not now go on, and father." What would you say? 'Cause you are doing your farming and it's working.
All right, to be honest, if I should say, all right, one, uh, that is a tricky thing, because all right, let me get into it first before. Um, you have to try before. You can't just sit and say nothing now, boy. You have to. It better you tell me say, okay, you try this and it not work out more than nothing now, go on. You will never know until you try.
Mario, do you ever like one night you feel like, oh, you know what? I can't do this thing anymore, man. I'm tired now. You feel like that?
Yeah, but
Mm.
it's not about, well, tired, but tired of what? You understand?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I had that feeling once,
So how you
you
pass?
know.
How you get past that?
The thing is, all right, you know, um, the this have a lot to do with it. The circle where you really lay yourself in, um, the family where you have just the same. So the persons them who me really mother say communicate with, the persons them who me really their own, them persons that really, motivate me in at the time when I feel like say, okay, yo, showing this here, man. No bother with this because I not have to do this. You understand? So the mother say me have a friend like that one particular friend. Fireside genetic, him own a goat farm just the same. Fireside genetic, the man they me have to big him up on every interview me do. Anywhere me go at all, me have to big him up. You understand? So big up to Fireside Genetic right now, same way. Because here the thing is, apart from my family, exclude the family because me have a very supportive family, and you understand, and any choice me make, my family them really support it, and me have to give credit to them for that because we don't really have a lot of families like that in Jamaica, you understand, where them in support of their children, or just family in general. But back to Fireside, him him a one of the person them. Well, I don't have a lot of persons who communicate with as it relates to goat farming. But Fireside is the person where me and them man they spend hours like I talk about one particular topic. Me and them man they video call, like if something go wrong on film farm and him never experienced it before,
Mhm.
him call me. And if something go wrong on my farm or me never experience, we do the same. And that helped me too. And help both of us to really understand certain things. So if it happened to him already, it now happened to me. You understand? So, or if it do happen, we know how to deal with it from earlier. You understand? So, them them two person they really still family and Fireside. I them man they really like really say, alright, things are going man. So nobody treat like that or nobody look at it like that. But family and other friends so. But are them people that really and truly
Keep you
make
going.
me really keep me going as it relates to that. You know?
But
Yeah.
how about mortality on the farm though? Because I would imagine sometimes you wake up and a goat dead or a pig dead, or do you get a lot of that?
No. Alright, but then, to be honest, when we just start, me usually have this problem where me have 15 goat and all of the kids them are dead. And me I say I could have what? Call vet a tell me X and Y. Me I say, but no man, something wrong. Then me find out, like, analyzing stuff. Me find out say, okay, alright, one, me I make the animal them graze in a one pasture too long. So it end up that them have worm, them get infested with worm. You understand? The thing is, not all animals show sign say them have worm. You know? The next thing, when an animal pregnant, you can't use any and any dewormers. You have to choose dewormers that suitable for pregnant goats. At the time, we never really have them thing there in a
You give
Jamaica.
them any dewormer.
You can't give them. You have to give them the one where suitable for pregnant goat. You understand? So it's just like certain shots. You have to give the I know every shot you can give a pregnant lady. You know, you have to give them the one when I go affect the newborn. So I the same thing with goat. So I find out say the goat them are dead off and me I say the kid them are born like stillbirth. And me I say no man, something wrong man. And then I find out say I worm. I say from that, fine.
Problem
Goat kid
solved.
them. Problem solved man. I'm solve that for my own too. Yeah, well, when me say
You
on my own, the farm solve that on its own, and then I find out say again another time, another time. This at the time when me say, yo, me a throw in it away there, man. Me have goat and the goat them come up nice and then goat. Me mama nah no worm problem again. The goat them nice. Then me find out say goat them just a dead like me. I see goat look pretty and the goat just dead same way. And then me find out. Me I say I could have gone. Then me really because you see when you're naive to certain things, you will get catch. I find out say okay, you say me construct the pen. Me never me did more than say me did shallow minded. Me never did that think like that.
You just lack of experience, you know. So you
Yeah, more than say lack of experience. I build the pen where the ghosts them never have enough ventilation because we live in an extremely cold community. So me close the boards them like this. Right?
to prevent
Fi say yes, me I protect them from warm. When really and truly, that only I make the ammonia from them urine come back in at the pen and give them respiratory problem, which lead to pneumonia. Once your animal have pneumonia, more than like it hard for your animal have pneumonia and then recover from it. Very hard. That's the reason why you see me come out and get so much information because me I say, yo, me already go through it. Me no want erase our world go through what we go through.
That's very kind of you, man.
You understand? Me I say, alright, yo, if me go through that already, why knowing it? And then I gonna make you go through it. You see me?
As a young man out in the streets, what the girls them say, boy, this man is a farmer. What the girls them say about the farmer?
People now see me around and say the farmer, they must say, yo, he must some goat, them pretty. Them not them not bring up the whole farmer thing, Them just say, yo, me see him on TikTok or me see him on Instagram. Him goat them pretty, eh?
That's true, man. The goat them pretty with you, man, and look healthy. So in terms of now, you say you sell goats and all them things if people want a new breed, but add to their stuff. I mean, how can they reach you to say, well, let's do business?
All right. If a person need any form of goat or other even just to reach out for information, they can always reach out to me on our platform, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube at Farm on the Hill. So it's just Farm on the Hill on our platform. The cell number is always 348-6657. So 876-348-6657. You can always reach out. And even if you reach out, once you call, once you text, you have a guarantee a response.
Yeah, I can attest to that as well because I look at Instagram.
Yeah, maybe sometime I'm busy, but
I understand.
Once you get back. That's one of the things, that are part of the customer service where me think me, separate me again from the rest. You see, once me see a missed call, I'm going to return it. You understand? Once me see a text, me I go reply. Maybe as I say, we're busy, but you guarantee a feedback.
Very good, man. Man. Prompt response, man. When I saw it, I thought,
yeah, man.
And then we got talking, we get the thing together, and we get the interview done. And I really feel good about this interview because what we talked about, it's a strong message, a positive message we're putting out there. So, Mario, before we let you go, man, because I really enjoyed the conversation, the chat, man. I always like to ask guests questions from this book. It's called Reggae Larger Than Life. It's a book that I've written. It's available on Amazon. It's also available in Jamaica at Ashby's Pharmacy, 160 Old Hope Road in Kingston, at the bookshop at the University of the West Indies, Mona campus, also at Angel's Book and Variety Store in Spanish Town. So I always ask questions from this book, man. So I've selected two for you. So I know it's not a farming book, but I would imagine you're involved in music. You like music?
Yes, man. Music is life too.
So you ready? All right.
Yeah.
So I'll select these two questions. So the first one now says, he previously worked as a sound system music selector or a DJ before deciding to become a recording artist. Having realized that his decision had turned out to be a successful one, He burst into the dance hall, gleefully dancing and shouting, "Me get through, me get through, me get through. Thank you, Lord." Who was that? The options are J Prince, Vitch, Charlie Black, and Devin the Doctor.
Charlie Black. That kind of easy because basically a neighboring parish and him come from pretty close. So, yeah, Trelawney.
Next time I'll dig deeper. So I know we're coming back for part 2, so don't you worry.
Yeah, man. So Charlie Black.
Last one now is Guide Me, Wings to Fly, and Nobody Knows. Where do angels go? All belong to the collection of recordings by which inspirational artist? The options are Jacure, Ja Vinci, Luciano, and Ja Mason.
Ja Vinci. And again, modern artists, so I'm going to know them someday.
You know what? It's the next time I dig deep. So man,
yeah. Maybe next time I have to go to the 80s.
Next time I'm going to dig deeper. I'm going to make sure I'm granny never hear about yet.
that too, you know? So,
man. Great, man. And the questions we take from this book, Reggae Larger Than Life, the ultimate reggae music fun and games book by Shaun Cain. The book is currently available on Amazon, so it doesn't matter where in the world you are. You can get a copy. If you're in Jamaica, though, you can get a copy at Ashby's Pharmacy, 160 Old Hope Road in Kingston, also from the bookshop at the University of the West Indies, and also from Angel's Book and Variety Store in Spanish Town. That's in the Angel's Plaza. Yeah, so, Mario, it was really great chatting to you, man. I tell you.
Yeah, man. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure just the same, you know, just to share the information, just to talk, you know, see what it is, and farm on the whole operation and everything, you know. Pleasure.
A big brand, man, a brand where you show love to the animals, man. The animals, them understand love, them know love, and them work with you as a result of that because them trust you. Even the dogs understand, everybody understands love. And the community of Coleyville is a community for us. Everybody looks out for each other.
Yes, man. Yes, man.
So, I tell you what,
much respect again.
Yeah, man. At any time, man. I tell you, we're coming back for part 2, you know.
Yes, man.
We grew up some more. You know?
Yeah. Not a problem.
Because you've got lots and lots of knowledge, man. I'm sure you'll be learning a lot more too. So by the time we get back, whenever that is, you'll have a lot more to share. Well, that's what we have time for in this edition of the Stargazing with Shaun Cain Show. Our special guest was DeMario Swaby of the Manchester-based Farm on the Hill. That's a big brand, I'm telling you that. Now, we invite you to join us for the Stargazing with Shaun Cain Show, the musical side, every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 12 midday British Standard Time on Brits Radio in the UK, from the USA on Motif Radio and Viscosity Blend, and from Jamaica on Richie B Radio. So please subscribe to the Stargazing with Shaun Cain YouTube channel, like and share the videos, and leave a comment. Until next time, this is Shaun Cain saying, thanks for joining us. See you soon.
Respect.